Hey everyone, and welcome back to Only One United. Before I start, please, guys, can you tell me in the comment section if I am audible or not? I'll just check. Uh, I think I'm audible. If I'm not, please do tell me. Yeah, guys, United have just beaten Lewes 3-1 in the FA Cup quarter-final. A far from a good performance, honestly. I think, we still saw I don't think we saw any improvement in the first half from the Chelsea game. We were lackluster. When you're playing a side like Lewis, with no offense to the side, honestly, you need to do better, and that's what was lacking today. Guys, am I audible? Please do let me know. I tried to check it, but I don't think, I didn't know whether I was doing it right or not. Uh, yeah, I think honestly, Wildeborisa starts Wildeborisa scores. That's the FA Cup campaign for Manchester United this season. Uh, we are into the semi-finals. I'm quite happy about it. Of course, this performance was far from good. I have my reservations about this game, but I'm a little mixed up because FA Cup semi final, it's such a big occasion. We are playing a semi final. I think we've played a semi final before as well. I think it was Conti Cup or FA Cup back last to last year if I'm not wrong. But yeah, if we play like we played today, we need to get ready for heartbreak because I didn't see much intent. Like there's this issue of progressing the ball fast. There's this issue of sideways passing, backwards passing. There's this issue that we aren't attacking into the box much like lately. I'm not saying for the whole season because on a whole we've done well this season. We've made huge strides, but towards the end of the campaign, we have seen that our season derails, and I saw glimpses of PTSD from last 2 3 seasons. Uh, we've got injuries now. Thoris daughter is out. Uh, Nelson also sustained an injury, which is kind of which is kind of a cruel and a shame because she was it was her first start for United. I think she did well in the limited minutes she played. And Thoris daughter as well. I think this was one of the games where I saw Thoris daughter who was very confident, was good with the tackles, uh, but she got injured as well in the second half, which I think is never something that you would want with any of the players, be it your own players or be it any opposition players. And well, there is this issue of midfield balance right now. We like we all know we progress the ball way too slowly, and there's this issue of first phase player. There's this issue of a first phase player who can transition the ball from defense to attack. There were 2 3 instances where I saw Lisa in a similar position as what a first player would be, but overall the sample size, sorry, uh, I'm stuttering, I'm fumbling. The sample size of seeing Lisa in that role is quite less, and now that she's got injured, I don't know when we'll see her again in this side. Hopefully it's not something like a huge injury. I hope that she comes back soon because the way she's played, like she did decent. Obviously, I'm not going to say she put in a world class performance because she hardly played any minutes. She hardly got the ball to show her brilliance. One thing that I am proud of today is the way Ona Bhatia has performed. I think she's one of those consistent performers. Uh, and even against Chelsea, I'd say, like, out of the whole lot, obviously everybody was at fault for that game. But if I had to pick the silver lining of the starting 11, I'd say Ona Bhatia was the silver lining that day too. Uh, Paul is talking about the goal that we conceded. That was a poor goal, honestly. I don't actually remember how it started, but I only saw Mariups's clearance and Lewis were pressing highly, like it was proper Gegan pressing. Uh, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be. That's what I think. And we saw a certain few changes. Lucia was playing, Narsen was playing, Wildeborisa was playing, I think Thorizonte was playing, Thomas was playing. So we did make a lot of change. Not a lot of changes, obviously. I honestly thought that we'll make around 8, 9 changes, but that's me being overly optimistic. But yeah, Nalson was playing, Wilde was playing, the whole Norwegian side was playing that represents United. But I don't know. Like honestly, first half was awful. Even though we scored, even though Russo scored, even though Onavate put in a wonderful cross, but we were lacking something. We I don't know. Like when the referee, I don't honestly I don't think the referee blew the halftime whistle. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to it, but when I saw that okay, the first half was over, I was like, has it only been 45 minutes? Because I honestly thought that I was watching the game for over 2 hours. So it was quite painful to watch, not because we were that bad. Obviously, I don't mean it as an offense to anyone, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Because these like that half is usually when your players are tired, and I don't know. I honestly, I don't want to speculate anything. I don't want to conjecture because after Chelsea, I got a lot of hate comments. So that's why I've put my Twitter on private for a few days. Yeah, that's the downside of social media because people think that their opinion only matters and others' opinions don't matter. So they'll try to, change your opinion, which I don't think is the right thing. And we saw a lot of band today. Like I just want to talk about the drums. I understand if it's something that Lewis usually do, but I don't like it because I like to hear commentary properly, and sometimes it disrupts what the commentators are saying. And the commentary today was quite good because my personal favorite, Michael McCann, was on the comms, and the way he pronounces the names of the players, the way he has done his research, and not just from the players' side, but he also puts forward the fans' perspective. He adds those little anecdotes, which I personally love. So Namrata is saying drums at Old Trafford. Let's go. No, 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 no drums. Please don't. Uh, Old Trafford. Yeah, I totally forgot that we are playing at Old Trafford now. So yeah, we are into the semi-finals. I don't know when the draw takes place. I think it usually takes place on Tuesday or a Monday. I initially thought that maybe the semi-finals also take place at Wembley, but I had to check again, and they take place at one of the stadiums. Like it depends who is the home side, but good perform. Why am I saying good performance? Sorry, force of habit. Not a good performance, but a good result. 3-1. That Marriott clearance, or it was Millie Turner, like Paul mentioned. Uh, that was a very, we in what is the word, sus. I think that was quite sus from the players because we had just scored the second goal. Wilde had just scored the second goal, and we immediately conceded. And the way the commentators were screaming, I thought, oh my god, have they equalized? Because obviously they hadn't equalized. But Paul says Cascarino. Paul, I am with you. I thought Cascarino would start today, but she didn't. Even when Lisa Nalson was, coming off, I thought maybe he'll give some game time to Cascarino. Maybe he'll give some game time to Leon in the second half. I've just, people like I was talking to somebody and they were like, "You used to talk so much about Leon on match reactions and you've stopped." I said it doesn't make a difference if I talk about it or not because at the end of the day, Mark Skinner won't sub in Adriana Leon because I don't know what's the issue with that. Uh, I honestly don't know, guys. Like I feel bad. I feel bad that she is a signing that was made by Mark himself in the summer, and she's not getting the game time. It's quite sad. that she deserves. Not even in the league, not even in the cup games. Same goes for Tunkara. Same goes for, I won't say Sophie Bagley, because I honestly think that it's better to have a cup keeper and a league keeper differently. But if I understand why Mark is starting ups, because continuity in that goalkeeping position is also nice when you're not rotating your center back, because if he was rotating his center back partnership, that is Millie and Maya, I would have understood playing Bagley, but he keeps on playing Millie and Maya together in the cup games as well. So he's like, why not play Mary as well? But I'm tired. I'm honestly tired. I'm sweating a lot also, because it's quite hot here, and I need to get a haircut as well. Uh, uh, we'll talk. Like I'll just go through the comment section. I'll start from the topmost. People will wonder why am I saying this after winning 3-1, but I'm getting fed up with Skin is reluctant to use Cascarino. The game was made for Cascarino's quick feet and ability to play forward. I think, Paul, like me personally, I haven't seen much of Cascarino. I've only seen those clips. I saw the way she came on against Sunderland, and the intensity that she brings on, and the willingness to win the ball back, the pressing. I'm also like, I'm a fan of that. I honestly like hardworking players. Even if they lose their marker and they want to win the ball back, I'm quite happy with it. That's my personal opinion. So I honestly think that Cascarino isn't being utilized well, and I don't think the way it's going, she'll accept a permanent move to United. I don't know if the decision is up to her or not, because right now she's on a loan, and there was some miscommunication between clubs, and it was from PSG's side it was said that she has joined on a permanent deal. From United side it was said that she's joined on a loan, but later on they told that it was a loan with buy option. So yeah, why does Turner constantly stop when she has 15 yards of space in front of her? I think progressing the ball from back is a very big issue that we are facing this time. And I was talking to Namrata, who's in the comments, and we were discussing what is what, and we were discussing the Chelsea game, and I was talking to her, and I mentioned something like I want to boast that I am also knowledgeable, guys. That You see Christian Eriksen, the way he's played with the men's team. He comes into the back to, like, he joins the centre backs whenever we are progressing the ball, so that he does the role of a first phase player, which is basically transition from the defense into the attacking side. So this is something that we are missing right now, and this is something I personally feel would change the dynamic of our midfield, change the imbalance of our midfield. I don't know who that player will be, who will be subbed off and who will be brought on, but that is something I think if we make that change, maybe things start to click. But at the end of the day, uh, you know, we can only say things because it's easy for us to say. Uh, Doing things is a whole lot of different conversation, and I don't want to get into that because I don't want hate again on Twitter, please. Uh, let's go. Yeah, I agree. If it takes Ona to be the best paid player in WSL, then we need to do it. Ona needs to be the best paid player in the world, guys, the way she's playing. Why only WSL? Pay her the money that she deserves. Honestly, I think, you know, Ona leaving us will, like, we won't be able to replace Ona within 3 windows. Like, it will take us a lot of time to replace Ona. We do have Jade Riviere, but she hasn't played yet. I have high expectations from her. I think she'll do well, but still, Ona is already settled here. She is a huge part of our side. She is the nucleus. She's one of the nuclei of our team, basically. So I don't know. Like, I honestly think this might set us back 2 3 years, Ona's departure, because this isn't something that, like, Ona is saying I want to leave. This is United not being ambitious enough to offer her the money that she deserves. Them being not ambitious enough to get into the top three, and like, this is me saying that if in the event that she leaves. So yeah, I can talk on and on about Ona, because she's one of the best players in the world right now. I'll say world. I'm shameless, guys. I'll say she's the best right back in the world. If you want to come at me, come in this comment section. But I am shameless, and I know that I'm right. That Ona is the best player, best right back in the world right now. She's one of the best fullbacks uh, in world football right now, and we can't replace her within 2 or 3 windows. She's one of those players. She's a generational talent. uh oh my god, so many comments. uh yeah, I've already touched upon this with regards to what Paul said about Cascarino. Namrata says it's the same for me with Wilde. She has scored a free kick header goals every time she starts, and I think Wilde Borisa has only played, like, I remember I saw the stats on FBref as well, because they have the league, like they have the league stats. I'm just talking about the minutes played. She's only played around 110 minutes out of a total of 1000 plus minutes. So you're seeing this, there's such a huge gap between the number of minutes that she's played. In the cup games, whenever she has started, she has scored goals, like Namrata said. She's been a consistent performer in the Conti Cup. She's been a consistent performer in the FA Cup. But why isn't she being rewarded for that in the league games? I will never understand. And I want to, like, honestly, if some journalist might stumble upon this video, which I don't think they will, uh, if they can ask this question to, if they can put forward this question to Mark in the press conference, why isn't Wilde getting the minutes that she deserves in the league when she's performed so well in the cup games? That's it. If you, like, I really want to be in that press conference right now, and I want to ask, why isn't Wilde getting the minutes in the league? Of course, he'd have an answer, and of course, I cannot fight with him. But I want to know why. What is the coaching staff's reaction to it? Like, are they thinking that somebody will ask the hard questions or not? Uh, this this right here, this clip, this, I think this should be posted on Twitter. This clip that, but no point asking him to start her in WSL. Mark just won't start her anyway because that's what we have seen. And with 7 remaining games, I honestly don't think that we'll see many changes. Of course, we've had 2 injuries today, Thorisdottir and Alcint. Jade Revere is already out. I think she'll be back against, like, after West Ham. I think we face Brighton, so I think she'll be back for that game in the matchday squad. Oh God, guys, please don't, like, so many comments. Eiffel again looked composed and wanted to play forward. I think uh, I'll always give a biased opinion. I think Namrata has also mentioned it somewhere, that Eiffel Manion is one of her favorite players. Uh, of course, today I think she came on for Maria Torres Dottir. But one thing that I'll never understand is why did he sub her on? Why did he sub her on when we needed an attacker in the Chelsea game? I honestly don't think. I know people will say, why am I going back to the Chelsea game? Because it's still fresh in my mind. And today's first half reminded me so much of that game. Uh, Namrata is right. Why does she keep turning backwards? Millie Turner. Why is Aoife playing so much, like she's playing higher up the pitch? Because our defensive midfielders don't move around to offer pass options. That's absolutely right. We see gaps in between, which are uh, which are like taken care of by Lewes players. They slot into those gaps, they slot into those spaces and make those runs inside the box. And it makes it so much easier for the opposition to start pressing. And now every team in the world knows that if you press Manchester United, they lose possession, they'll give the ball away, and we can easily score. We can easily make a good attempt out of it. And I don't know why, but it's always those chipped shots that end up as goals conceded by us. So we need to be wary of that in the future. Uh, Julie says crap football. Uh, I won't say crap, honestly, but it's your opinion. Obviously, I won't judge you because to some extent, I think we weren't what we needed to be today against Lewis. Paul is absolutely asking the right questions. Who will want to come to United if they know they will lose? will not get game time. That's what I tweeted a few days back. There was a list of Leon players who are available on a free, or they are leaving the club as of now after the end of the season. And I was like, there was a time when I used to do, I hope this place joins, or like, I hope XYZ joins United. And now I feel embarrassed to write those things because I know new players coming to Manchester United will face so many issues, so many added issues. And I'm not saying adapting to the league, adapting to the new atmosphere, adapting to the new training facilities. I'm saying they'll face the impossible task of breaking it into the first team. They'll face the impossible task of being transitioned into the senior team, into the starting 11, because the track record of signings being consistent starters is uh, is not in our favor, is not in the favor of new players coming in. uh oh god, questions, not questions, comments. Namrata is saying Ona is the vice captain. Absolutely, she's one of the players in the leadership group. I think Ona is there, Mannion is there, Haley Ladd is there, and Zelem is there. I think Mary is also there. So uh, and imagine, I listed out five players. Mary Earps' contract is ending. I think in the summer she does have an option. Ona Bhatia's contract is ending. Aoife Mannion's contract is ending. Haley Ladd's contract is ending within a year. Like, she does have 1 year left on her contract after the end of this season. So out of five players in the leadership group that I mentioned, four of them will, like, as of now, they will eventually leave in the summer or next summer. So people think United need to sign this, need to sign that. As of now, we need to sign those contract extensions. We don't need to sign new players right now. I know new players are needed, but unless and until you show that ambition of extending the contracts of your key players, why will somebody join us? They will only see United as a stepping stone. They will only see United as a club you'll come to on loan if you're not getting minutes at your club. And even if you come here, you'll not get game time. That's it. And I know most of this match reaction has been about game time. I know a lot of people will come after me for saying, why am I mentioning game time even though we saw so many players being subbed on? These are just three, four examples. As a whole, as a whole season, we haven't seen that rotation. We have not even about rotation, not even about starts. It's about the game time. If Vilde Borisa is playing like this in the cup games, why isn't she playing in the WSL games? Why isn't she being rewarded? So that's my only issue. uh, I rest my case. I'm just I'm a little tired as well because it's around 8:30 and I'm yet to have my dinner. What to say? uh, Paul is saying, if the midfielders don't offer an option, then do what Chelsea do and bypass the midfield for a ball over the top. I think we do play the long ball a lot. We do play the long ball a lot, but I'd say uh, most of the times we dispossess as well due to that, because the end product, like the final, like it isn't pinpoint always. We have made huge strides. I'm not denying that, but today as well we saw, like for example, we saw how Millie Turner, Maria Thorisdottir, Maya Letizia were putting on those long balls into the attacking half for players like Martha Thomas, for players like Lucia Garcia. But those weren't pinpoint always. There were instances where the ball reached the foot of those players, but of course, if you want to bypass the midfield, you need to do better with your long balls. And as of now, I think making a few tweaks in the midfield is much easier than playing the long ball game. Honestly, that's what I think. Tony said last game at LSV crowd near me were booing when Tooney was taken off for Vilde. Tony, this is something which I also used to think, but somebody pointed it out that it isn't booing; it's about Tooney. So they're basically mentioning Tooney's name. It isn't booing. Like I can understand the confusion behind it, but I was just trying to clear it up that nobody's booing Wilde or Tooney. Uh, that's it, guys. I think most of this has been a rant. Uh, I'm sorry uh, if you don't if you don't agree with me, but yeah, like this was a very frustrating game personally, because I thought we'll win 5-0, 6-0. Maybe that's me being disrespectful to the opposition, but I think United are capable enough to win games with such a high margin. They are capable enough to score so many goals. They have the resources at hand to make that big impact. And I do hope whatever I've said is rectified in the next game at Old Trafford. Namrata said drums at Old Trafford. No drums, please, 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 no drums, please. That's my only request. Please, we'll win the game, I know, but please, no drums, please. I personally don't like that. Of course, I'm just one of them. Maybe other people do favor them, but personally, I'd say I'm not a big fan. You should sing, you should chant, but constantly playing drums is a little, as as a spectator sitting at home, it is quite annoying sometimes. Uh, Paul is saying Martha Thomas gets a lot of game time, uh, and she's just not good enough. I'd say she's done well, but like she's done good. She's done decent. Uh, but I remember last season she got injured. I think it was for Scotland. So I think she scored one. Do you remember that Leicester game that we won at King Park? Uh, I think Thorisdottir scored in that. Martha Thomas scored in that, and after that, there were a run of games, including the international break, where she scored a lot. Like she was scoring consistently, and after that, she got an injury, and ever since that, we haven't seen that goal scoring Martha Thomas ever again, because I saw the international break games as well, like when she played for Scotland, and she was doing good in that as well. So, injuries disrupt the momentum of players when they're playing well, and it's such a shame. But yeah, like Partha Thomas this season has been utilized as the right winger a lot. I agree with that. Guys, this has been uh, a big match reaction. I think we are nearing 30 minutes. Uh, I'll mention one last thing. Remember that in today's game only, I'm not going to mention past games now. In today's game, there was an instance where Nikita Paris, I'm sorry if Namrata is there, I was going to say Namrata Paris. Nikita Paris was 1v1 against the goalkeeper. She was getting a lot of, like there was a defender behind her as well, who was challenging for the ball. Uh, but that should have been a goal. She put it so wide, and I was so angry that time, because we were winning 2-1. There were a few minutes to go, and I was like, please, we should not concede. Please, we should not concede, because don't have the power to see the penalty shootout, because penalty shootout and Manchester United don't go hand in hand, unfortunately. We've seen in Conti Cup as well twice this season. I think both of the games that went to penalties, Durham and Aston Villa, ended up as losses for us. We did get a point because of the rules of Conti Cup. Uh, but yeah, then immediately after that, she rectified the mistake and she scored the goal. So, similarly, I hope, I'm not saying that, that 1v1 miss should have been a goal, and that should have been a goal. So, like the goal that she scored should have been a goal as well, is a goal basically. So, we could have won 4-1, but it doesn't matter, because goal difference doesn't matter in the FA Cup right now. We are into the semi-finals, and just the way Paris rectified her mistake, let's hope United also rectify their mistake against West Ham and get the win, because we are nearing a very tough situation in the WSL as well, and there are chances that we might remember. I'm not saying we won't. I'm just saying there are chances that we might miss out. So what we might miss out, right? Because the competition is very tough right now. There is City, there's Arsenal, there's United. City and United are level on points. As of now, they are level on the number of games played as well. Arsenal are three points behind us, but they have a game in hand. So if they win that game in hand, second, third, fourth will be on same points with the same number of games played. So it'll be a tough situation. Of course, Arsenal we are yet to play Chelsea and City in the league. I think we have to play Arsenal and City, Liverpool, Villa, Spurs, Brighton, West Ham. So these are the games left for us. Hopefully, we'll get the win against West Ham. Good win, not a good performance, but a good win today into the semi-finals. Wembley, Wembley, we're coming. Hopefully, we'll get to the final. Keep supporting Manchester United. Keep supporting women's football. There is a men's game today as well. Hopefully, they'll also win. It's an FA Cup game, I think. But yeah, women's team have won. They are into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. It is yet to be decided who will face. But yeah, let's see. Take care. Stay safe. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Press on that bell icon to not miss any updates from us. Follow us on our Twitter. And that's it from my side, guys. Take care. Stay safe.